Zara, how bad is this problem then?
Look, the National Traveller Mental Health Network has been speaking about this morning, and they're saying that for every one settled person who dies by suicide, 7 travellers will die by suicide. And they say this is a very serious situation across the board for their community. They say that in terms of what the government needs to do, they say the money is there, but it's not being spent correctly. I'm joined now by Hugh Friel from the National Travellers Mental Health Network. Hugh, you talk about that. You say the money is there, but it's not being adequately resourced.
I think the government needs to take accountability about the systemic racism that's happening within the walls of that government in terms of mental health and suicide rate within my community. Travellers we need in this Traveller Mental Health Action Plan straight away. The Taoiseach needs to meet with the National Traveller Mental Health Council, a few members of that, to talk and look at the recommendations going forward in terms of suicide rate and the mental health issues that's affecting our community.
And that statistic you gave us earlier, about 7 times more travellers are likely to die by suicide, that's a really shocking figure. You yourself have experienced that in your own family.
Yeah, I had suicide in my own family, and it's a very place where it causes a lot of mental health issues within the family as well, in the wider circle. So it's not only the family's experiences, it's the cousins, the family surroundings, the community. So it has a massive effect. 92% of travellers will be affected by suicide. So the government needs to take accountability of what's happening. He needs to take steps. This government needs to take steps in terms of the mental health and the suicide rate, and the pandemic has happened within the traveller community.
And the people you speak to here today, a lot of them have their own personal stories. I know you were saying one lady had lost 30 members of her family to suicide. This is a very serious issue within the community.
It's a very serious issue because I said to you, Max Casey lost 30 members of her family through suicide in the last 10 years. So that gives you a count of what's really happened on the ground. And since COVID has really exposed itself, and when everybody came back to work again, the pandemic that we're having in terms of mental health within my community.
Okay, Hugh Friel from the National Traveller Mental Health Network, thank you for joining us this afternoon on the news at 12:30. So Colette, they're speaking today saying, look, the money is there, but it needs to be spent correctly. They're calling on the government for a national action plan.